The World War II-themed television series Peaky Blinders has become a global phenomenon, largely due to its superb storytelling and the unexpected demise of several key characters. In a conflict, death is inevitable, so this is not shocking. We've taken the effort to forecast who will die in the movie now that the television series has a full-length film. Keep watching this video to find out our death predictions in the new Peaky Blinders movie. What you need to know. There have been numerous predictions regarding which well-liked characters may die in the upcoming Peaky Blinders movie starring Cillian Murphy. Peaky Blinders creator Stephen Knight offered a positive report on the progress of the script and said that the movie would be prepared to start shooting by the end of 2023. In the movie, the Second World War will be depicted, and the Peaky Blinders will be crucial to the war effort. Because the Peaky Blinders movie is set during such a terrible and horrific period in history, the Peakies will inevitably encounter new danger. At least a couple of the Shelby family members will undoubtedly die tragically, as is customary in Peaky Blinders. It's possible that the much-anticipated feature film may bring justice to some of the show's remaining foes. Since important people have always been killed off in the Peaky Blinders series, there is no reason to believe that the movie will be any different. In light of that, these are the people we predict will die in the Peaky Blinders movie. Arthur Shelby. Arthur Shelby has toyed with death throughout the entire series, notably during Peaky Blinders Season 4. Arthur is a likely candidate for death since, during the entire series, he has struggled with drug addiction, depression, and a propensity for violence. Given that the movie takes place during World War II, it's possible that Arthur re-enlists, although given his advanced age, it seems improbable. A violent domestic altercation, Arthur's drug and alcohol abuse, or his involvement with the Shelby gang are all more possible causes of death. Let's not forget the complexity of Arthur Shelby. He has a kind heart and is devoted to his family to the point that it sometimes gets in the way of him. But when he was a Peaky Blinder, he committed a lot of horrific acts. No matter how nice he is, Arthur has more than earned his end. In the upcoming film that wraps up Arthur's character arc and gives fans a chance to bid him goodbye as one of the Peaky Blinders' most interesting and significant characters, it would feel right if Arthur got a big send-off. It's still possible that Arthur Shelby will make additional contributions to the series in forthcoming spin-offs, even if it seems like he'll pass away in the upcoming Peaky Blinders movie. It's conceivable that Stephen Knight, the show's creator, is reluctant to split ways with one of its most prominent actors and characters. But from a narrative standpoint, it seems as though Arthur's tale is almost over. There's just so much room for his character to develop, and it seems like the upcoming Peaky Blinders movie would be the perfect place to wrap up Arthur's story. Jack Nelson. Jack Nelson, the Boston crime boss from Season 6 of Peaky Blinders, is another potential casualty in the film adaptation. Nelson and British fascist Oswald Mosley appear set to play a significant role in the upcoming movie following their interactions with Tommy in Season 6. Nelson supports the Nazis, therefore it stands to reason that he and Mosley will collaborate to promote fascist forces in Britain and the US. In the movie, Tommy will square off against these two people in an argument that isn't going to end well for anyone. There's a good chance Tommy will wind up murdering Nelson in some way. Nelson's gang in Peaky Blinders is very violent, and being the leader and a particularly ruthless individual himself, Nelson has undoubtedly earned his execution. Nelson and his Boston crew have committed numerous crimes and lack any redeeming qualities similar to the Shelbys. The principal enemies of the Shelbys also never seem to have happy endings. The Peaky Blinders have successfully eliminated every key adversary, including Billy Kimber and Luca Changretta, and it's likely that they will succeed in eliminating Jack Nelson in the upcoming film. Nelson was a real-life person who survived World War II, which poses a problem and may make it difficult to carry out his execution in the film. It's likely that the movie will try to stay as true to history as possible. If that's the case, Nelson may either triumph and put an end to the Shelby family, or he could be defeated without being murdered. Nelson's death in the upcoming movie appears plausible, but it's not guaranteed. It will be intriguing to see how the movie makers handle this situation. Duke Shelby. Duke, the estranged son of Tommy Shelby, is another character that might pass away in the upcoming movie. Duke will be of fighting age and may enlist in the Second World War, much like his father did in the First World War. If so, then Duke, just like any other soldier in a war, is at risk of being killed. This may serve as a reminder to Tommy that he believes he is already living on borrowed time. Duke's passing might be a turning point for Tommy, inspiring him to make a sacrifice of some kind. Tommy's son in Peaky Blinders is still young and does not deserve to die like some other characters do. But Duke wouldn't be the first character in Peaky Blinders to die unfairly. In the event that he enlists, his demise might serve as a sobering reminder of the cost of war or of the sacrifice made by the Shelby family in their struggle for power. Duke is more likely to become entangled in the murky parts of the Shelby operation the longer he remains. As a result, there's a chance that between Season 6 and the movie, Duke will be in even more danger. Duke, though, might be kept for sequels despite the fact that he might be one of the characters that die in the Peaky Blinders film. He has one of the most intriguing storylines for a potential spin-off. He might also be the one to continue the gang life once Tommy Shelby passes away, or he might prove to be a person who never got involved in the violent way of life that consumes the Shelbys. Duke and Tommy's other son Charlie may create an interesting contrast. Additionally, the differences in the upbringing of Tommy's two sons may present some intriguing spin-off opportunities. Tommy Shelby. Another possibility is that Tommy Shelby will pass away in the movie. It looked like he might die in Season 6 until he realized the falsehood about his supposedly deadly illness. Even though Tommy is loved by his supporters, it looks as though his transgressions were destined to lead to his demise. Tommy Shelby's road towards atonement will definitely continue in Peaky Blinders, but it's likely that he's already past the point of no return. Nevertheless, whether or not he is saved, his story must come to an end with his passing. In all likelihood, he will die either opposing the fascist movement, performing one last deed of kindness, or, on his own terms, admitting that he has more than earned his demise. Tommy is a really complex person. Among other admirable achievements, he has served his community and defended his family, but he has also committed an excessive number of horrifying atrocities. He has his hands soaked in a substantial amount of blood, which will never entirely wash off. Despite the fact that he may have committed numerous crimes for legitimate reasons, the sheer number of violent acts for which he is responsible makes him ineligible for forgiveness. Nobody could possibly disagree that Tommy deserves to die. Tommy Shelby's story will almost certainly be resolved in the movie in some way. He might not die in the movie, but his final scene makes him seem like he will. Though Tommy's narrative will surely come to an end, it's still feasible that he will live to see the end of the movie. Tommy's passing is the one that is most impending and likely. Once more, we won't know for sure if Tommy's plug will be removed from the socket until we see the movie. Peaky Blinders. Why John Shelby was killed off in Season 4. Peaky Blinders' 4th season opened with the murder of John Shelby, and more than 5 years later, many people are still baffled as to why this happened. Peaky Blinders, the acclaimed period drama from BBC that tracks the criminal enterprise of a strong gang operating in early 20th century England, has finally finished its 6th and final season. The program will nonetheless end with a film, but since the show's focus is its characters' cast, many were taken aback when John Shelby, a Peaky Blinders veteran, was killed off so abruptly. The manner in which John Shelby passes away in the episode is in no way realistic. Season 4, Episode 1's dramatic opening scene features the main antagonist, Luca Changretta, ordering one of the hired assassins to kill the Blinders to shoot Shelby dead in front of his wife and brother outside his house. The Peaky Blinders fans were not pleased that Joe Cole, the actor who played John Shelby on the show since its debut in 2013, did not announce his departure before the episode aired. Many people continue to wonder why John Shelby was eliminated in such a way, despite being unexpected. John Shelby died as a result of Joe Cole's departure from the series. After the episode's November 2017 airing, Joe Cole disclosed the actual cause for John Shelby's final retirement. According to Independent, the actor stated that it was the right time to go, and added that he had other projects going on. Cole also admitted that he was looking for bigger things, and that he didn't like acting in supporting cast roles. So folks, who do you think will die in the Peaky Blinders movie, in addition to the characters named in this video? Also, how good do you think a Peaky Blinders movie will be? Let us have your thoughts in the comments section. And if you enjoyed watching this video, then your friends need to enjoy it too. That's why it'll be great if you like and share it. Last but not least, hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell to keep getting more interesting content like this. See you next time.